but are we thinking A then? Do you think?
I'd push it. Oh, no, not S. I'd push it for an A.
Yeah. You
Yeah. I know
push
there's a
it
lot
for
of
an
love.
A.
Yeah. I I
Were
know there's a
you gonna
lot
put
of
this
love.
B?
Possibly.
What? Hey guys, welcome adventurers. It's Cressop here, and today I've got a cold, and I've also got a chat with the lovely YakWaxLips, who's an adventure game YouTuber. I'm sure if you're into your adventure games, you might have already heard about him. He does videos to do with sort of previews of upcoming adventure games. He talks around the trailers of them, demos, and also some Let's Plays of classic adventure games as well. So we talk a little bit about his channel, and we also talk about a new venture he's just started, which is all based around adventure game merchandise. Now, obviously, there's lots of adventure game merchandise out there already, more to do with classic stuff like Sierra, LucasArts. But this venture is basically an online store, and it's with kind of smaller, more modern developers. So, for example, Tom Hardwich from Lucy Dreaming. And it's basically a way of these developers of still games that we all really love to play. It's a way of them getting their merch out there through this one big store. So Yak has started this up. Michael, I suppose I could call him as well. He started up this venture. We also talk a little bit about Adventure X, because he's going to be selling that merchandise there at Adventure X. And if you don't know what Adventure X is, well, it's a narrative gaming expo. It's happening in London. It normally happens every year in London. Last year it wasn't, but it's happening again this year in London in November, the 22nd and 23rd of November, at a place called the LSBU Hub. Now, we bring that up, like I said, because Jak's going to be selling his merchandise there, but also it's just a fantastic event. It is kind of quite heavily based around adventure games, as you might expect from the name. I'm going to be there as well. I've been there quite a few times there. They have some fantastic demos on display. It's quite a small event, but it's really nice in that way because it's quite cozy. You get to talk to a lot of adventure game developers. There's also going to be some great talks from the likes of Charles Cecil from Revolution Software, and also Dominic Armato. That's the one I'm really excited about, aka Guybrush Threepwood. He's obviously been on this channel. He's giving a keynote speech. So there's some tickets still available for Adventure X. I'm not an organizer in any way. I have helped volunteer with a few bits behind the scenes. But yeah, if you do like that kind of stuff, I would say definitely go to this. It's one of my favorite expos of the year, and it's happening again in November. Now, of course, we too also talk with Yak, and I thought this was a fun thing to do about Monkey Island, because of course that's where his name comes from, YakWaxLips from Secret Monkey Island. So I got him to rank his Monkey Island games. I will say some of the choices surprised me a little bit, so do check it out for that as well. Big thank you to Yak for coming on the channel, really appreciate it. Do check him out, put all the links below. And a final thank you to YouTube for sending me this massive novelty clapperboard. Yeah, cheers YouTube. Of course, I do all my videos in one take, seamlessly, so this isn't needed at all, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you very much YouTube, and on with the YakWaxLips video. There we go, I got it in one. Right, so YakWaxLips, Michael, hello, how are you doing? Thanks so much for joining me. This ominous background we've got here of a tier list. How are you doing?
What's that for? Yeah, I'm good. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. It's great to catch up. We normally kind of bump into each other, don't we, when it's like Adventure X, which obviously you're a big part of this year, which I'll mention in a second. But obviously, as I've said kind of in the intro, you have your own YouTube channel, of course, very successful, covers lots of adventure games, as well as kind of retro but new ones. What have you got going on at the moment? What have you been working on?
Apart from
that
the
you
merch
can
store.
say.
Yes, I've been working on a merchandise store to fill my coffers. No, it's not just for that. It's I've apart from doing lots and lots of videos and lots of adventure game stuff. I have just launched a adventure game merchandise store, which I've called the Adventure Game Merch Store.
Yep. Nice, simple.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I just realised I'm wearing completely the wrong T-shirt. Like, although it is in merchandise, it is Purple Tentacle.
I know I've got the right
but
one, haven't I?
yeah, but yeah. So to cut a pretty long story short, I've always wanted point and click adventure game merchandise, which there isn't really anything out there official wise. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna start this store, but not things like LucasArts and Sierra, because they're licensed, owned by Disney and all these other big conglomerates. So I'm not going to get the licenses for those. I want adventure game merch for the indie devs that are out there slogging away, and they've got blood, sweat, and tears all over the pixels. So I thought I want merch for them. So I come up with this idea and approached a couple of developers. Said, "Do you fancy kind of collaborating on some stuff?" And stupidly, most of them said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So, and that was about 5-6 months ago, and from then on, it launched 2.5 weeks ago. I have 10 developers in the store. It's all official, all licensed. Majority of it is all exclusive to the store as well. And yeah, I mean, I joked at the start that it's to fill my coffers, but it's actually to fill theirs. So I've made sure that if you buy a T-shirt from a developer, that a chunk of the money goes to that developer. So you're directly supporting the developer of the game when you buy something from it. That's it in a nutshell.
And in terms of the developers that you've got at the moment, who've you got? Who's up on there?
Yeah, well, I've got I have my store open so that I can remember, because I've got so many.
I always do this kind of thing, and I'm
on.
like, I know it's quite a lot to remember off the top of your head, so don't worry, obviously.
Yeah, so I launched with 10, I think, and I now have 11. I think that's right. I don't know. But so basically, I started by contacting Tom Hardwidge, who Tall Story Games, who did Lucid Dreaming, because I know Tom a little bit. We bumped into each other at Adventure X, like yourself. But I mean, I know you've spoken to Tom as well. He's just open and up for absolutely everything. So I thought, I've got an in.
I don't know where he is at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he does so much. Yeah, so to run through the list, I do have Tall Story Games, Just Love Games, Rosewater and Lamplight City, Dexter Team, which did Dexter Stardust, Abandoned Planet, Wellstalk Interactive, which did Night is Grey last year, one of my favourite games from last year, Dave Seaman, who is the developer of the Captain Disaster games, Strummer Games, who is Paul, who also does another podcast and has released the Phantom Fellows, Azure Mountain, who are the awesome developers behind Sniff Adventures and the upcoming Zid Adventures. 3 more. Cave Monsters, which is Lord Winklebottom Investigates, Charlotte there. Yeah, my microphone's breaking. And Lightfoot Brothers, who did Mystery of Woolly Mountain. And finally, there you go. It's Red Sprite Studios, who I'm very excited about because they are the original developers, John Passfield, of Flight of the Amazon Queen.
Yeah.
There you go. There's all
Way, well done. And it's cool though, because am I right in saying they design their own stuff? And it's not just kind of t-shirts, it's like sort of mugs and baseball caps and things like that as well. Yeah,
essentially, I'm not a designer, so I go in as far as the idea, and then I've done the website and all that. But in terms of the designs, it's pretty low key at the minute. So majority of the developers have just used like their key art or their logo or something like that. A few of them have gone above and beyond and just created brand new designs for the shop, which is amazing. Like I say, Tom has done that off his back because I don't know where he gets the time from, like you say. Got loads of different unique designs for that. And then, we collaborate and say, does this design look good on a black t-shirt, a blue t-shirt, on a mug, rather than me just going, there you go, splat it on everything.
Yeah.
So everything's well thought out. And like you say, it's not just t-shirts, it's the whole range at the minute, t-shirts, hoodies and mugs and caps, the basic merch stuff. The idea is, in the future, I have had a few developers contact me about things like art books, plushes, statues, things like that. So that would be pretty cool. I mean, that's kind of why I wanted to start this store. I was like, well, I want these things, but start small. So that is will be in the future. But yeah, it's that's what we've got at the moment.
Amazing. And of course, I should mention, because we talked about Adventure X. If people don't know, Adventure X is like a narrative gaming conference. It's happening this November. It has lots of great normally previews of upcoming adventure games, kind of puzzle games. It's also got some great talks this year, including Dominic Armato, aka Guybrush Threepwood, is going to be there doing a keynote speech. But of course, you're kind of involved in this as well, because the merch store is also selling Adventure X merch as well.
Yeah, that came by as a total fluke as well, because
cool.
I was speaking to that man again, Tom, who does everything, about Toy Story games.
Well.
Yeah, and then at the end of the conversation, we're talking. He's just said, "Oh, you know what? We could actually do some merch for Adventure X," and I didn't know that he was involved. I didn't know that he was basically, one of the main guys that's taken up the mantle. So we carried on the conversation for another hour, and basically I agreed to give that a go as well. So again, between us, we've got t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs for that as well, which are on sale already on the website. And they've been flying off the shelves. People have been buying them, and you can pick them up from me because I will be there as well. I'll have my own stall selling all the adventure game merch stuff there, and I'm hoping that we'll have a few extra exclusive things just for people who are actually there.
Nice.
You can get stuff off the site. So, yeah, there'll be more than t-shirts and mugs.
I want pin badges. That's what I'm going to request.
Well, your wish may be granted. So, yes, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that's where it is. So that's Adventure X, and yeah, really really excited. The only downside to it is that I don't really get to go to Adventure X as
I see.
Walking around. Like I've got to stand behind the stall for 2 days. So I mean, I'm going to put a sorry it's closed when Dominic's got his talk on. I'm obviously going to go see him.
Go on. I think you should.
And and if anyone wants to come and help me by standing behind the desk for an hour whilst I go and grab a sandwich, that'd be great. That's another thing that just happened. So yeah, excited about that.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess speaking of Adventure X, hopefully you will get to see some of it. Is alongside obviously, I think Dominic is kind of the major one. Is there anything else you're looking forward to, or have you got any? I guess nice memories of previous ones, because how many have you been to now?
I've only been to 2. I was going to go to a couple more, but then COVID has happened. So I think I was going to go then. So I went in 2022 and 23, I think. In terms of this year, I'm so busy with the store. I don't really know like who else is on and all that.
We have to get some people to volunteer so you get to see some stuff. As long
So I'm looking forward to it's. Although this sounds really bad, it's not really about the talks and all that. It's about the community.
Oh, for sure.
I love that, and then the after show party and all that. I'm just looking forward to the whole whole thing. So yeah, and in terms of previous years, I always remember the first year, and I spotted someone about 10 feet away, and go, I want to say hello to them. It took me an hour and a half to get to them because the amount of people. You just go, I know you from Twitter, I know you from YouTube, and you just don't get. Like 10 feet, an hour and a half, and it took like 3.5 hours to get to get myself a coffee because of everyone knowing everyone, and that's one of my great memories of the first Adventure X. And and just last year, the year before when it was on, again, I think it absolutely pelted it down.
Oh yes, I think I was at that one. Yeah,
it was. I just remember the rain in that one. Yeah, just lots and lots of rain. It was. Yeah, very wet.
And obviously, you're still putting out stuff on your channel as well as doing all the merch stuff as well. What is there anything you've got upcoming or anything you've put out recently?
Actually, just came out. Yeah, just come out yesterday. I kind of put a pause to the channel because this shop took on
that's fair.
So much. Yeah, it took 5 months, but I thought a day here, a day there. It's just like it's almost been a full-time job, especially the past month. So my videos are kind of paused. I generally put out at least one a week, which is the trailer talk where I look at new trailers coming out for adventure games. I haven't done that for ages. Anyway, I got contacted about 5 or 6 days ago by In Games, who are the publishers of the new Simon the Sorcerer game. It says, we've got this demo that only 3 people have played. Do you want to share it on your channel? So I was like, yes. So I stopped everything and recorded it and played a good half an hour, 40 minutes of the brand new Simon the Sorcerer, which is due out at the end of October, I think, and that came out on my channel yesterday. It was, and it's a really good game as well. It's it's all a bit dubious, isn't it? The whole Simon the Sorcerer thing, it's pretty cool, and it's a bit different. But as a game in itself, yeah, really, really enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to that. And then because I've kind of finished the launch period of the shop, I'm gently easing myself back into new videos. So I will be recording in this chair again in a couple of days to get Trader Talk back out, so that I can get, because that's one of the things I love about what I do is the Trader Talk, where I talk about new games, and I can play as many games as one online and all that, but it's not the same as sharing what's new to people who might not know about the genre is still well and truly alive, and there's so many unique different games coming out. So I'm looking forward to returning to that, actually.
Yeah, and like you say, there's so much stuff, isn't there, this year especially. You know, it seems to have just been hit after hit, but judging by what's on at Adventure X, I think next year will be just as packed. But look, I mean, looking forward to seeing the stall at Adventure X, and looking forward to checking it out there. I'll put a link in below if people are interested in the store or interested in finding out a bit more. Now, I thought we could my reasoning behind this kind of tier list was, I thought, well, you know, your name, basically your channel name, obviously derives from Monkey Island, doesn't it? YakWaxLips is one of the items you can find in the first one, and I know obviously you're a big adventure game fan, so I thought we could do it just for a little bit of fun, just a bit of light brevity. The
definitive is what you want to say.
This is it, guys. Both of us adventure game heads, this is it. Don't listen to anyone else. We could do it right here. But yeah, I mean, I know there's one or two. I have to put my hand up and say, with Tales, I think I did about 3 episodes. I don't know what was happening in my life then, but I just stopped doing it. I know you haven't done the little Sea of Thieves Legend of Monkey Island. But together, I think we can work and work this out. So obviously, let's start with the OG Secret of Monkey Island. I mean, it's kind of hard not to. I think. Imagine if we were just like D, when we're not interested.
Yeah, it's all right, I suppose. Yeah, it's good entry level.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, go on. Sorry.
God tier. It's not just the best Monkey Island game; it's the best game. Like, out of all of
coming
them.
in strong.
So,
would you say that's your favourite game?
It's absolutely my favourite game. I play it. I mean, I say I play it once a year. I haven't played it this year, but it's not just about, you know, the puzzles and Guybrush and all that. It's about the feels. You know, when you smell something, you go, "Oh, I remember that from 20 years ago. I remember a girl at university," and that's why it has the same thing. The sound, the soundtrack, the chunky pixels, and the way that it comes out onto the top, and it gives me that feel of like, oh my God, I remember sitting when I was 9 years old at the Amiga watching my sister play it, and then we swapped turns, and it's just like,
did you?
And then it brings so many memories back. And then take away the whole memories, it's just a bloody brilliant game.
It does stand up. It really does. I mean, I think I played it again. I did like a little marathon of 1 and 2. I think it was last year on stream. And I think because the characters are so strong, yes, there is a little bit of kind of moon logic slightly, but not really. You know, so sometimes you've got to jump through a couple of hoops, like with the kind of monkey wrench and all that kind of thing. But mostly, I just think it's funny. The writing is still very funny, and it does kind of all the characters are really interesting and kind of draw you in, I think. But you were 9, you said, when you first played it.
I was, so I had my Amiga in about 92, I think. And so I would have been 9. So
amazing.
And it was that whole thing where my dad come back from work with a big pile of discs in his pocket and go, "I've got these from my mate at work." And just, you know, they had Lemmings on there and whatnot, and then you put in Secret Monkey Island. It was like, "Oh, what's this?" And
very different to Lemmings.
Yeah. I mean, I have a soft spot for Lemmings as well. But,
yeah. Right, we're whacking this at the top. I think there's no doubt that was ever going to go there. But I agree. It sort of set the benchmark, didn't it? And you know, you've got to just stick at the top now. Let me move this. Yes, no, that's right. So I have included the special editions, but we'll do that later. We'll do that at the end. Right. It's kind of like a little bonus, really. Now we come in with 2. LeChuck's Revenge, Monkey Island 2. this one, I think it sort of splits people a little bit more. I don't know what you think.
I still love it. I think it's brilliant. It doesn't hit the heights of the first.
No.
And there are a few bits in it that irked me. You've got the whole
ending, perhaps, or I don't know which bits.
I would say no. I really like the ending. The actual, like the final ending.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't like a lot of the bit in the Chuck's castle where with the whole door thing, like as a kid and
with the song
adult.
that you've got to.
Yeah, and it's all there are few things are a bit convoluted, and I didn't like the bit on the drunken guy's island because I got stuck there for ages and stopped playing it for a year. But then you come back to it as an adult and it's like it's great. I still think it's absolutely phenomenal. I think it's brilliant. Like the idea of it. I love the start. I love Largo.
He's great.
Yeah, I think the way they've done LeChuck, his evolution into what he is great. I just think it's slightly under the first one. So I mean, I don't know where to put it.
For me, I think I agree. I actually do like the ending. I think the ending does take a while. Like when you first play it, I do feel like you're a bit like, what? Sorry, what's just gone on here? I think in this one, I actually preferred the puzzles. I like that there's the openness, that, you go between the islands. There's that kind of, you can solve things in a bit of an open order. It's not kind of linear. You can go about doing different things. Some of the puzzles that take a bit of a stretch of the imagination, but I think that's kind of fun. That is hard. I think it's a pretty hard game. But yeah, I think when you're searching for the 4 map pieces, I enjoyed that kind of level of just like, well, where on earth do I start?
It's I remember replaying it about 6 or 7 years ago, and there were a few moments where as an adult going, just I don't know, it just felt like just a bit annoying and frustrating. So it hasn't aged as well as the first one, but still great.
I think I get what you mean. I think what they were trying to do with this, it's less simple, isn't it, than the first one. The first one is like pretty much that's what it is. This one, I mean, it had like, especially near the end, you've got so many inventory items on the go as well. When you're trying to like mix everything with everything, you're like, okay, what do I do with this? So yeah, I guess that's it. Maybe it's just not quite as simple. Where does that leave it, do you think? I still think it's in the S tier, or do you think it's A?
No, I'd probably go. I'd probably say S tier as well. All right. Yeah, it's still great.
We're on the, it's going to go down as we go later on, I think. So we have to put a few at the top, but not necessarily with this one though. Curse. What are your feelings on Curse, and what are your kind of memories?
I have a love-hate relationship with Curse. Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Curse.
I'm interested to hear about this.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play Curse when it came out. I played Curse when I got back from university, which was about 2004, 2005. And I was like, oh yeah, I've got spare time now, so I'll chuck it on. And so at that point, all I wanted from an adventure game was pixel art Monkey Island.
Okay, right.
But I've learned to love the fact that it looks gorgeous, like it's beautiful. I struggled with the fact that Guybrush sounded the way he did. Because in my head, he did not sound like that.
What did he sound like? Did he have like a deeper...
how I wanted Guybrush to sound.
Yeah.
But again, I've learned... I think it's been out for 20, 30 years. God, I'm really old. It's been out for nearly 30 years.
Yeah, it's 97, wasn't it? Yeah.
So I've learned to live with that. As a game, again, I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Puzzle-wise.
It's got the barbershop quartet. How can you hate on that?
It's got some great comedy moments in it as well, and it's seamlessly moves from the second game to the third game in terms of comedy. I can't really see the seams where Ron left and the other guys picked it up. But I still would, coming on to later games, I would still play some different games, some of the later games over Curse personally.
Ooh, I'm interested. So some of the later Monkey Island games, you think?
Yeah.
I'm interested. Yeah. I personally, I guess for me, so I've got a bit of a confession to make, which I was going to come later, but I'll say it now. The first Monkey Island game I played was actually Escape, which is the wrong way to do the Monkey Island series. I was 10 when it came out. and I chanced upon it as it was. So I didn't know anything about the Monkey Island series. Escape came out and I thought, oh, this sounds really like interesting. It sounds like really funny. So I took it first. So I heard Guybrush. The first time I played it, I heard Guybrush. So I wonder if that's why it's different for me, because then I retroactively went back and played the others, which was confusing for me. But and in another way, it also made a lot of sense. I was like, right, that's what's going on, because I was just playing it as if it was a standalone thing. But to say that, I guess that's why. Also, it's got Murray. You can't, but.
He's a great character. And, hats off to the devs for that. He's very memorable, and he's great. I can't think of any like bad moments. I'm trying to think of like the bad puzzles or annoying part, and I don't think there is specifically. I didn't like the bit where there's like a smuggler's cave or something.
Yeah,
I think the other thing as well is
the poker.
I'm not too familiar with it. That's the thing. I've played it several times.
Yeah.
But I'm still like...
You could still play it fresh.
Yeah, exactly. I could play it now and get stuck because I'm like, what do I do? Yeah.
See, I know there's some people I'm like that, but it's just because my memory's awful. All right. So, I mean, it looks fantastic. I think it... But are we thinking A then, do you think? Or S?
I mean, I'd push it out. No, not S. I'd push it for an A.
Yeah.
I mean,
push it for an A.
Yeah.
You were going to put this B.
Possibly.
What? I think this. We're getting to the hot takes now. This is really. It's good for me. Yeah, I was pushing it down to an A. I have to say, but no, that's fine. Yeah. Listen. I'll take it. I get it. It's the love for the previous. Now let's get on to Escape, which as I've said, the cat's out the bag. It was weirdly my first Monkey Island, because I mean I didn't have a lot of friends who were sort of A, into video games at all, and B, definitely not sort of adventure games. So it was kind of like stuff I was discovering, as just in random catalogs or like picking up from the shelves. So I played it. I think my first playthrough, I thought it was a good enough game. I don't think I was it definitely inspired me at least to like play the rest of the series, but it obviously does have its weak points, doesn't it? I think we can it's not the strongest in the series.
Can I ask you a question then? So was this one of your first adventure games, or were you really deep into adventure games anyway, but just hadn't played?
It's really hard to remember because I was like 10. I got it for Christmas, I remember, and I was really excited. So later I played Grim Fandango, I remember, and I really loved that. And again, that was a chance thing. I just found that on the shelves at Costco, and I thought it looked really cool because it had a skeleton on the front. So I was like, oh, this looks really fun. I think it was definitely not my first sort of like computer game at all. I was playing lots of so I had a PlayStation, so I was playing more on that, I would say. I'm trying to think when I would have first played, for example, like Broken Sword or something like that. I think that was after. So I think it could have been one of my first. I was playing some puzzle games, kind of things like Dr. Brain and stuff. So it potentially was.
Interesting.
I know, and yes, I still continue playing the adventure games.
Yeah, that's actually quite impressive. Still played even afterwards. Yes. I do. I enjoyed Escape. I played it myself. I played it as a Let's Play actually on my channel for the first time about 4 or 5 years ago now. It's janky, it's old. It always gets.
It really is.
It's what I didn't like about it. There was a few major things I didn't like about it. One was the way that they portrayed Guybrush. At some points, he's like really leering, like going, "Hey, baby," kind of, and it's like it really
played up way too much. Like that. Yeah.
And then the other thing is what they did to oh my god, I call myself a Monkey Island fan. I can't remember his name. The guy, the castaway guy that's on the island.
Herman Toothrock.
Yeah, and the whole spoiler alert where it was just like, "I'm your father." Yeah. Like I hated that, and you can still see the video that I did on the Let's Play, and my reaction to that was like vitriol.
Yeah.
Like, I hate this so much. And it's just a piss poor ending with the Chuck being like a robot or something. Like,
Oh yeah.
it was big chunks which just sucked like major.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, the bits in between, I really quite enjoyed. I quite liked visiting the new islands. They were unique. They were different. Even the bit in the marsh where you have to it's like a time loop thing. That was
they'd missed
quite
the time.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that
quite
was quite cool, but it was a bit annoying. But yeah.
Yeah, it's having not played the Sea of Thieves ones, it's still for me the worst Monkey Island. But
listen, I might love the Sea of Thieves, Michael.
well, we'll see.
Um,
But yeah,
Monkey Combat?
I don't. Oh my god. Yeah, it was. It's just like, ooh, I sent shivers down my spine.
Yeah.
I think I spent about. I mean, I have quite a lot of people watching my Let's Plays along with me. I don't do them live, so I record it and then people give me hints in the comments afterwards. And the amount of people were like, "You can do it, come on!" And they directed me to websites to go, "You need to do this." And I had like a whole sheet of paper with like things. And,
oh my god, yeah.
And I still just fluked it in the end, I think. Just bad puzzle design, a lot of it. Bad puzzle design, a bit janky. Guybrush being it's a horrible just guy in general. Just no, I'm talking myself out of it even more now. I came to it going, I should really give it some support and love, and now I'm like, no, it sucks.
It's got some okay elements, I agree, but it's possibly not enough to salvage it. Where are we putting this then? What do you think?
Just dog's dinner, innit? Just bottom of the pile.
We're putting it on D.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's like, yeah, okay, I'll go see. It has got some saving.
Yeah, I just feel like, yeah. Now, Tales of Monkey Island, as I've said, so I played 3 episodes of this, and I remember enjoying it at the time, but I feel like it was, maybe it's a part of it that there's just, some of the episodes are a bit weaker than others, and some of them really feel like, there's some great characters in there as well, like Morgan Le Fay, I really enjoyed, but I feel like there was maybe just a kind of off switch for me where I was like, I don't know. What do you think?
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this way more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
I went into it with an open mind, just like, it'll be fine. But yeah, I really liked it. I think Morgan Le Fay is one of the most strong characters throughout the whole series.
I agree.
Even like in the first section, she's really, really strong. And I think every episode has its points. There are some weaker episodes.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, as a whole, like you put the things together, it's a pretty solid story. I really like the fact that spoiler alert for those who haven't played it, he dies and he's plays as a ghost. I like that kind of element to it, and I could quite gladly play it and enjoy it again. And like I said earlier on, I would personally put that above Curse.
I think that is a hot take right there.
That's why people switch off now. They're like, what's he talking about?
This is, I'm just going to say, viewers, it's not my view. It's not what but so can we come to a consensus then? Would you want to put that alongside Curse at least?
I'd put it alongside Curse, yeah. There's nothing like, I know people get hung up about the gameplay aspects and the graphics. People are always saying, especially with the new one, they're saying, "Oh, it's not pixel art" and all that. And I don't really care about the graphics.
What do you think about a lot of people as well say the puzzles are a bit much easier in comparison to the sort of originals? But I mean, I think that's just the case with that they've just stopped making them so hard that you have to look up things, which is kind of a blessing, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many games on the market these days that you make a really, really hard one, unless it's Silksong, then it's just like, people are not gonna bother. They're gonna get sick of heading to YouTube to find walkthroughs. It'll be like every 10 minutes, oh, YouTube again. If you make it relatively easy, they go, oh, I did it. That's quite good and fun, and you want them to finish it. So I guess that's one reason. I mean, I'm not a developer. I'm a player. So I just I like finishing games, and if it does get frustratingly hard, it gets frustratingly hard, and like it's one reason why I only play adventure games, and because if there's a action part in an adventure game, so I remember there's a bit in Gemini Rue where you have to fire at a certain time, and could I do it? I could, like, it was near the end of the game as well.
Oh, right, yeah,
amazing
yeah.
story, and then you go to do this stupid action part, and I'm just like, I got so angry, and it's like you've ruined it because you put this action. Adventure games are supposed to be adventure games. I went off on a tangent now. I don't even know what we were talking about.
Well, I was just enjoying it. I mean, I guess there are time sections in all of these, but you're right. It's not kind of the action, is it? It's not kind of the reflexes. It's much more. You've just got to, click things a bit quickly. Moving on to Return. Obviously, a lot of expectations for this one. Ron was back at the helm. Return, in terms of a lot of the characters as well. How did this feel for you when you played it? Obviously, a much more recent one as well, so a lot more updates in terms of the controls and the graphics and everything.
Yeah, I thought it was a really solid adventure game. I thought it did really, really well in terms of the story. It's really difficult to know where else it could have gone, to be honest. It's after so long and disregarding a lot of what came after. I would have personally liked to have seen Morgan Le Fay in it, but that's because I think she's amazing. But I like the story. I like the controls. I think it was a good adventure game. It's an okay Monkey Island game. Like, that's my 2 cents for it. What about you?
I agree with that. I think it definitely had it had some highlights. I don't think some of the characters were quite as memorable as some of the previous installments. Because I'm trying to think now of some of the sort of standout characters, and apart from the ones we already know, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't even think of any. Like, there's the crew in the I can't even remember the names. I have only played it once through.
Yeah, that's
like, I know
so that's probably part of it as well. But I don't think it did a bad job of kind of tying it all together. I know, again, that was another controversial thing. People sort of saying, spoiler alert, that Guybrush is actually this like janitor, and this is all kind of in his head. I mean, that's kind of something that Ron has been. He loves that kind of ending, and that's kind of what we've been seeing throughout. So I guess that, but I think it was done in an affectionate way, in the way that you then got to choose the ending to tell your son. I think that was what made it work, because I think if it had just been like, again, like almost with the Endward 2, where it's like, oh, this is actually just all in his head and that's that, off we go. It kind of built upon that idea of like, oh, the telling of stories and how things change as you get older, and memory changes things, and what's real, what isn't. And I think that was quite a clever way of doing it and tying it in quite a sort of sentimental way, I think.
Yeah, that is very eloquently put. That sounds like an academic just dissecting it, going, yes, I was like, yeah, it was all right. That's nail on the head there. Yeah, it's really good. I did enjoy the whole he's got a son, like, flashback kind of thing. I quite enjoyed that. It makes me, talking about it makes me want to play it again, to be honest.
True, yeah. And maybe like uncover it a little bit, because maybe we might get a bit more out of it once we play it again. What are your thoughts then? Do you think, would you put it, so I'll do it, instead of saying is it A or B, would you rate it as high as Tales of Monkey Island?
That's a really tough one. Like, I'm looking at that going, it is better than Tales, but actually no, it's not.
No.
I'm thinking, like, you put them side by side.
Yeah.
I think I would want to play Tales more than I want to play Return again.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed it more as a whole, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my thought.
I do this. Am I able to? Oh no, I don't want to move that. No, I've done it. No.
Got a secret tier no one knows about.
Yes. It's almost as if I've not done tier lists before. Right. So what do you think then? Maybe do you want Return on a B or an A? I feel like it doesn't deserve a B. A B feels like it's.
That's where I'm coming from. I feel like it's not.
It's an A minus.
Yeah, I mean, let's stick it on an A.
Yeah.
Let's stick it on an A and just say it's an A minus. Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Now, I thought we could just do quickly the special editions, because they do add quite a lot. But when I'm talking about them, I'm not talking about anything like with a mod or anything like that. Just the 2 special editions of 1 or 2, which I do have. I don't know if I actually ever played because basically I've just played the originals. But did you ever play the updated versions, which is
I did, yeah.
They both have these kind of updated graphics, but you can switch, can't you, to the
Yeah, you can.
The original ones as well.
Yeah, when I first started my channel, YakWaxLips, I didn't know how to do YouTube at all, so I thought I'm going to start, like ease myself in and play Monkey Island because I played it loads as a Let's Play, and I decided to do the special editions. So I've done special edition 1 and 2, and halfway through pressed F5 and it changes to the old one. So yeah, I have like, apart from graphically and the fact that Dominic's voicing him, and there's other voice actors obviously. It's still the same game for me. Yeah, it's like it could be Turn graphics, it could be Tails graphics. It's like graphically, it doesn't really hold a lot of water for me. So I would still put Special Edition Secret as number 1, just below Special Edition, just below the original Secret.
Ooh, okay.
The original is still class.
Yeah. Would you put it higher than the original?
I don't think I would.
No,
I don't think I would, and I think that's. I know there's a whole thing with his hair looking ridiculous.
Yes, there's even a patch, isn't there, for Guy Brush's hair?
There is.
I love someone did that.
It's class.
And 2, then, I think for me, what I would say is I'm not a huge fan of the art of either of the special editions, but the fact that it introduces the voice acting and the fact that you can switch between kind of makes it kind of a more point when you can just but I think it's because I know there's a mod, isn't there? There's like a talkie mod where you can get the original, and which I think that is the ultimate, basically, isn't it? The original graphics and the voice acting. So should I stick this maybe there?
Stick it there. I mean, that looks good to me.
Mm-hmm.
That looks that's pretty much what I would. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna weigh in on Legend of Monkey Island, which is it's a little extra you can get for Sea of Thieves, and I basically got Sea of Thieves just to play this because I don't play Sea of Thieves at all. So part of it was a bit confusing because I didn't really know what I was doing, but I had a friend who played Sea of Thieves. I will say, I think there's 3 episodes in this. The first episode is actually pretty cool because you arrive at Melee Island and it does that whole great thing. You're sailing your ship and then you sail up to Monkey Island and it has like the music. And you do get like a bit sort of like chills. You're like, oh, okay, gosh, they've really gone in for this, and that's a really great opening bit. And there's different challenges you've got to do around Melee Islands, basically, and you sort of get to explore it in this kind of like 3D setting, which is pretty cool. Like something you haven't got to do in that sort of particular graphics. What I would say after that, and this is, you get to sort of you get to chat to some of the characters, and there's sort of lots of in-jokes and things you could do. My issue with it was then after that, it kind of just drops off a little bit. You don't get the sort of same nostalgia. You're sort of away then from Melee Island, and you've got to do, you still have to do stuff for characters and things like that. My main issue with the whole thing is that you can't save in between certain points. There's a checkpoint system, and if you, for example, crash the game, if you get stuck behind something, you've got to go all the way back to that checkpoint. And as an adventure game save scummer, I was just like, I'm
the same.
Yeah. What are you supposed to do? But I mean, so there was a point, I think, even in the second episode where my character got stuck behind something and I wasn't able to get out, and I had to just go all the way back to a previous checkpoint. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like the opening episode alone would be higher, but the other 2 kind of just I think they were just banking on everyone just at least playing the first one and enjoying that. So I don't know. I think I would put it maybe. I mean, it's up to you. I could put this at a C and escape lower if you're feeling it's a. I'm open to persuasion. Do you want this maybe, or I don't know. That feels bad though. I don't know if I can put a Sea of Thieves.
I remember seeing the trailer for the Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the whole going into Melee, and it's the same color palette and all that, and it had that feels like, oh yeah. But yeah, having not played it,
soundtrack. Maybe we do this actually. I can't stomach putting that higher than Escape, even though I know you are not a fan. What do you think? What do you think about this?
I mean, yeah, I'm happy with that. That is rubber stamped.
Great.
Yeah.
Seal of approval.
Done.
Thank you so much, Michael. Listen, if you've got different views, anybody, please put them in the comments below. I'll be very interested to hear where people put things. And yeah, as you said, you're working on your next video. Where can people find that and all your other stuff? I'll put it obviously in the description as well. But yeah, where can people find stuff?
So I go by YakWaxLips everywhere. So the YouTube is youtube.com/YakWaxLips. Again, same on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. Other ones are available. And then if you want to check out the merch store, that's just adventuregamemerch.com. And I have got socials for that, which is just type Adventure Game Merch. You'll find it. And that's me doing everything there. So,
awesome.
Yeah,
great.
I'll be there.
Looking forward to it all. Looking forward to see you at Adventure X. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much too.